everyone, I'm Rachel from the Smithtown Library, and today I will be teaching you how to use Canva. Canva is an online graphic design platform that allows you to create visual content. You can use Canva on your computer or mobile device through the Canva app. For this demo, I will be teaching you how to use Canva on a computer. To get started, open your internet browser and go to www.canva.com. There, you'll be directed to create an account using one of three ways: a Google account, Facebook account, or through an email. After you've created an account, you're directed to the home page. From there, you can select a design to create. For today, we're going to create a poster. So go ahead and click on poster. If you don't see it here, go to the top search bar and type in poster. From there, you'll see the option to select. You can search through the pre-made templates on Canva, or you can select a blank design if you want to start from scratch. For today, we'll be doing a design from scratch. Once you've selected your design, you're brought to the creation station. On the left-hand side, you can see the multiple components of Canva. The first is templates, the second is photos, the third is elements, and this is where you can find graphics and pictures. The next is text. Videos is a relatively new function of Canva, and this is only applicable if you are sharing your design digitally. You can add a background to your design, and you can also upload an image or a video from your computer or your device. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to select our background. Go ahead and click into background, and you're given the option to either use a pattern or a solid color. If we click on a pattern just to see what it looks like, and if you decide you don't want that pattern, you can go to the top left-hand side and click on the undo arrow. For this design, I'm going to use a solid color. If you click on the paint palette, you see that Canva has multiple default colors for you to choose from. You can also create your own color by selecting the color gradient box under New Color and clicking onto the gradient box here or the gradient line below if you want to change the hue. Once you selected your background, the next thing we're going to do is add our text. Click on text, and you can choose to either start with a large text, medium size, or small. You can also adjust as you edit your design. Click on the text box and it shows up in your design. You can change the font of your text by seeing the font name up here and then clicking the drop-down arrow. There, you can search through the multiple fonts that Canva has. And if you notice, some of the fonts do have a crown next to them. This means that you have to have a Canva Pro account, which does cost money yearly to have. But there are plenty of fonts for you to choose from if you decide to create a regular Canva account. Throughout your design, if you use fonts or if you've used fonts in past designs in Canva, they come up here in the recently used section. So I'm going to click on one. To make your font bigger or smaller, you can either click on one of these circles in the corners and you can drag outwards to make the text larger or inwards to make the text smaller. You can also adjust the font size by looking for the number up here and clicking on the drop-down arrow and then selecting the font size that works best. To edit your text, click into your text box and then backspace and type in the text you want. If you want to perfectly center your text, click on the text box and drag it throughout your design until you see a solid pink line come up. This shows that your text is perfectly centered. I'm going to put my text back in the corner. If you want to add another line of text, simply click on text again. If you want to make it smaller or bigger, click on one of the circles in the corner and drag it inwards or outwards. You can add multiple fonts to your design. You're not limited to just one. After you finish adding your text, if you want to tilt your text, simply click on the text box and you see a circle with arrows on the bottom, click on that and either move your mouse to the right or to the left. And this will tilt your text. If you wanted to add shadow to your text, you're going to click on your text box, click on duplicate, and now you have a copy of your text, and you're going to make it a different color. You can do that by finding the A up here, hovering your mouse and it says text color, click on that, and select the color that you want. After you've done that, it's helpful if you zoom in on the bottom, click on zoom, hover the duplicated text over your original, and with the arrows on your keyboard, either move to the left or to the right. And when you do that, you can start to see your original text come through, and then move either upwards or downwards. Now I'm on a smaller computer, so you may not see this. Either way, you're going to either look for the three dots or you're going to look for something called position. And then you're going to click backward again. And when it's gray like this, it means that we can't move the text any more backward. But now you can see the white fading through the back, and this adds some shadow to your text. If you want to change the line spacing or the letter spacing in your text, simply click into the text box as if you were going to edit your text and highlight the text inside. Then go to the bar up here and click on spacing and drag your circle either to the left to make the letters more closer together or to the right to make them further apart. The same thing applies to line height. Drag to the left if you want to decrease the amount of space between the lines, or drag to the right if you want to increase it. The next thing we're going to do is add one of our elements. So if you go click on elements, and you can either search for something specific or you can browse through what's available. I'm going to search. And now you're generated with a list of results. To add an element to your design, just click on a graphic and then it comes up in your design. If you want to move it or reposition it, you would do so the same way as if you were doing it with text. You would just click on the image and use your mouse to drag it upwards or downwards or to the side. If you wanted to change the size for this, same thing like with the text, you would just find one of the circles in the corners and drag it outwards to make it bigger or inwards to make it smaller. And that's how you add a graphic. You can use graphics to give your design a dimensional look. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that. I found a plain graphic here, and we're going to duplicate it. We're going to move it. And the way to make it more dimensional is if as you go upwards or downwards in your design, you change the size. So we're going to make this a little smaller. And we're also able to flip it by selecting the flip option. You can either flip it vertically or horizontally. We're going to make it a little smaller. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to reposition it, and we're going to flip it again and just make it a little bit smaller. So now it looks like the plane is actually flying further into the distance. The next feature of Canva that I'm going to show you is called the group feature. And what this does is it combines all of the components that are in your design into one element. To do so, all you're going to have to do is click into your design and highlight all of the components, so your graphics and your text. Once everything is highlighted, you're going to click group, and what this does is it combines everything into one component. So you're able to make things smaller or larger, but you're able to maneuver everything as one component. When you're ready to download your design, go to the top right hand corner and click on the drop down arrow, and then click on Download. When you go to download a design, Canva suggests a specific file type, and this is what Canva believes would be most compatible with your design. However, you are able to select from image options or other PDF options. You are also able to share your design by clicking on Share, and you're able to specify if you would like the person you're sharing with to be able to edit it or to view it. Once you select an option, click on Copy Link, and you're able to share the design via email or through an instant message. You're also able to type in the email directly here. And there we have our design. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. We can't wait to see you in our building soon, but until then, stay well and continue to visit the library's website at www.smithlib.org for more programs and resources.